Welcome to Caseback Watches, my name is Tim, and in this episode I'd like to present you new wallets. If you're new here on the channel, then let me explain this briefly. From time to time I make little editions of leather products for my viewers, and we're talking here about small badges, 10 or 12 pieces. And I've done little card wallets and they were sold out after I think 2 hours each, and so there's clearly a demand, and for me it's a pleasure to work with my hands to do something like that, which is not exactly connected to watches, but it's a nice addition from time to time. And this time I make a classic wallet. This is the prototype. I wear this for half a year now just to test the construction, if everything's okay, if I can really sell this with confidence, because I want my products to last, decades. So if you're buying something here, a product, a wallet, and you want to use it the next 20 or 30 years, you can do it, absolutely. The construction is extremely robust. I will explain you this in the light box in a second, and you will not be able to ruin it with normal use or even unnormal use. And I can produce such products here not because I'm a genius as a leather worker, certainly not. No, I do this by hand with traditional methods, and this I think is the key for success here, because you see it all the time on leather products that there's a handmade and then you see a seam executed by machine, which is inferior. And I will explain you in the lightbox why it is inferior. And so I want long-lasting products. I want them extremely pure and simple. And so you see you have here something for banknotes and receipts and stuff, and here cards, but nothing for coins. Because I think the habit to carry coins in your wallet makes the thing bulky and clumsy and ugly, and is one of the reasons that some people don't like classic or traditional wallets anymore. And so I think we should store coins in our trousers, or in that jar. You see that Jack Daniel's jar that contains 200 euros in coins, or I give it to the kids or a homeless person or what else. So this is for cards and receipts and banknotes and for the serious stuff you have with you. And so now let's go in the light box. I will explain you a little bit how I made these, how they are traditionally done, I should say. And after the light box I give you the possibility to order one. Will be extremely easy, and I want to share some ideas with you, and because I have to solve two severe problems, and I don't want to call them challenges because this is not a marketing class here, this is real life. Okay, here we are with the prototype. This wallet I've made I think half a year ago, and I use it every day, and as you can see it has some small signs of usage and it's broken in so you can't see the form. Changed a bit because I've stuffed it with cards. There are 7 or 8 cards in it. I think you could store 10 in it because you have to break it in then a bit, but then it's possible. And this wallet here is made of Boxcalf leather. Actually, in one style break episode, the episode about leather, you can see the hide, the entire hide I've used for those wallets here. And so this is a chocolate brown Boxcalf leather. With a little bit of red in it. Very beautiful. It's the same material you find when you buy high quality boots or shoes. And the funny thing, by the way, is I treated this with, guess what? Kiwi Dark Tan, and it works absolutely fine if you polish it nice away after the treatment and will not color your garments. So Boxcalf leather, stitched, hand stitched with a saddle stitch. Saddle stitch is a special method to sew leather. You do it with 2 needles. I can show you the needles. 2 needles and a massive thread. And the main function is that you form a little knot with every stitch between the material, with every stitch. This is the material for stitching. This is the thread. This is woven thread. You will not see this on the camera, but it's a very massive and very stable waxed thread. You sew it with 2 needles, you form a knot with every stitch. So when the stitching here breaks, the wallet will be still tight for weeks and months. So you have lots of time to repair it, but you know what? You will not break this thread. Absolutely impossible, because it's made for saddles and not necessarily for wallets. And so there is no way that you can damage this thread even here. I mean, after decades, maybe, or with a blade or acid, yes, maybe, but not with normal use. And sewing here is the main work, because you do it really the old-fashioned way. You mark your way. Let me show you this. You mark your way with this tool here, and then I had the method to mark then the holes on the outside with this tool here. Very simple. And then you make the actual hole, you make the old-fashioned way with an awl. And then you sew it all together. And this method here, the stitching method, is very time-consuming, but it's worth it because it's the most stable or most robust stitching in the entire leather world. There's nothing beyond this. Then you have several options when it comes to the edges, wax or some sort of liquid rubber called ink edge, and this is exactly this. This is ink edge. This is, I can show you this as well. Wait. This is ink edge neutral. I've colored it with ink, and so you can treat the edges with this stuff. And then you have some, yes, this, you know this substance, by the way, exactly from watch strap. It's the same product. And if you want to do it right, then you apply it in 3 layers, one as a foundation, then polish, next layer, polish, next layer, and so on until the finish is good. I tried to test it a bit with a Dremel tool. I damaged it a little bit on purpose. It was very hard, and the rest here is completely unharmed. So this stuff will last. And if it comes off after 10 or 20 years, then of course you can renew it easily, or every qualified leather worker can do it. So those are the basic materials: Italian Boxcalf leather, ink edge, and the saddle stitch with saddler's yarn. The measurements are about 11 centimeters long and 8.5 in width. And so it will fit in every normal garment pocket. Here you find the logo stamp. This is very subtle, as you can see. Of course I wanted to make it extremely bold, but the leather doesn't want. The leather doesn't want. The leather doesn't want this indentation, and so it's very subtle here. But I think it looks pretty beautiful. You can still see here marks from the animal hide, and so it's a really nice surface. And this, by the way, is not polished. I wear this now, yeah, every day, and I've polished it the last time, yeah, months ago, I think. Should do it. And here you see, by the way, this is a dark red thread here, and I've made some of my wallets here. I'm going to show you in a second with this red thread, and the other wallets with brown, which is a little bit more conservative, because I thought not everybody is so into red, and so let's use this instead. Here is now a brand new one. Here you see a beautiful part of the hide. Those are not scratches, as you can see. This is part of the animal's texture, the animal's skin texture here. And of course, see that? This is not a scratch. This is real, the skin of an animal. Maybe it's a scar. Maybe this is a scar. And you can see it's not broken in, this wallet. It will take this form if you use it in a few weeks, by the way, very, very quickly, but it depends a little bit on your habits. There you see ink edge on the edges. I went crazy with this ink edge because I wanted to look it like a factory product, and then somebody on Instagram said, "Guy, relax, it's handwork," and so you should really see a bit of character on it. And as you can see, this stay piece here is now narrow, so that you don't have this edge here on the surface like this. I mean, this is not a problem, but you know what? German job training, we want perfection. It's absolutely true that we will never reach it, but at least you can try, right? And this is here version with brown stitching. Brown stitching. Here's another brown one. Again, another part of the hide, completely different in texture, as you can see. Completely different, but this is the beautiful thing if you work with leather. Everything is different and everything has its own character. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful material. And let me show you a red one. I think I have only 3 red ones. And so the difference is not extremely big, as you can see, but it's visible, of course, if you are very close. By the way, I'm wearing another leather strap. I don't like Ostrich normally, but here it works. This is Skymaster by Maen watches. Very interesting watch. I will present you this in another video. And so this is the product, but now let's count it. I have several versions. I have done one for left-handers. Let me show you the wallet for left-handers. And I've done this, of course, completely willingly, completely on purpose. It's not that I've just mixed up the sides before stitching. Yeah, of course I did. I mixed it up, and now I have a wallet for lefties. And this is a funny coincidence because it's of course very rare that you find a wallet for left-handers. Where is it? No. Where's my lefty wallet? Oh, it's the last, right? Ah, yeah, of course it's the last. It's, yeah, like always, it's the last one. The last one is for left-handers, so this thing is on the other side, because for right-handers it's more comfortable when you open a wallet like this, and then you have here your card and you can operate it here very easy, and this is for left-handers then. So if you're a lefty and you want to purchase this wallet, then let me know, then you got the version for the lefties. And I make another crazy thing. I messed up one logo stamp. It's crooked. And this, of course, is not perfection. This is not perfection, and I don't know what to do with it. See that? I don't know what I've done there. This is completely crooked, the logo. If you like this, let me know. But I cannot ship it without mentioning this, because in my eyes, this is a severe flaw. But yeah, we have to live with it. So if you want to have this crooked one, then let me know. If nobody wants it, then I don't know what to do with it. Then yeah, I don't know. And so we have 6 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 red wallets, 5 red wallets, and 6 with a brown stitching. 1 is sold. So we have 10 wallets in total. Yeah, really satisfying, really satisfying. When I'm gray and old or passed away, then those wallets will be still around. Crazy thought, but it's the truth. Okay, welcome back, and now let's speak about how to order one wallet. First, the price is 160 euros, a lot of money, I have to state, a lot of money, but it reflects material, the long-lasting qualities, the time and knowledge which is stored in this product. So 160 euros comes with a proper bill, and it comes with a warranty of 3 years. The law in Germany demands 2 years, but I want to give you 3. I mean, it's a symbol, you will not ruin this wallet in 3 years. Absolutely impossible. And if you want one, then please just write an email to casebackwatches@icloud.com. I need just your name and your country, okay? And then I will get back to you, and then I will give you payment information, and you give me your address and everything. And the shipping worldwide is free. This sounds as a nice service for the client, but to be honest, it's too much hassle to figure out shipping rates for every region of the world. And so I decided I make it free for everybody. 160 euros. If you are outside Europe, of course, you have to pay a small amount of customs then. You have to check this in your own country, but shipping is free for everybody. And when the wallet is sold out, then you will see it here under the video in the comment section and in the description. Okay, and now let's speak briefly about the thoughts I want to share with you. I think it's a good time to make a little side business with leather. I really think so, because I've mentioned 2 severe problems. I mean, this was a bit exaggerated. The problem number 1 is that I really love the work. I really love to work with leather. Don't get me wrong, I've attended university with energy, and I was hardworking there. And it was a great time for me, absolutely great time. And now I'm a journalist in my day job. But I really love to do something with my hands. I've had there a little place there where I do this. I've bought a tube radio, can you believe this? A tube radio from 1966. Not because of 1966, I prefer new things, but because of the tube technology and this warm sound. It's so lovely. And then I sit there and listen to classical music or jazz, and I do this leather stitching. It was so enjoyable. But those products, they last basically forever, or at least my lifetime. And so I don't need 10 wallets, and I don't need 10 diesel punk executive bags. It's absolutely impossible to do everything for me. So I need some people who enjoy those products. And so I think this could really it. If I'm a small manufacturer of leather products, we're talking here about 60, 70 pieces a year, not more. But this would be very enjoyable. And problem number 2 would then be solved. At a certain size, a YouTube channel has to bring in money. This sounds completely crazy, I know, because people think, oh yes, close to 20,000 subscribers. In my case, I've never expected this, to be honest. And people think, no, oh wow, he earns a lot of money with Google revenues and product revenues. And it's not the case. The Google ad money is very, very limited. And if you don't have a heavily monetized channel with board reviews and everything, you don't make much money with YouTube. Absolutely not. But the channel produces costs. Sounds crazy again, but it's the truth. It's shipping watches, it's buying music, it's buying images, and it's time. It's extremely time consuming. I have the problem that I think next year I need somebody to help me out with, let's say, editing or communication. I cannot answer to every email anymore. People write me very polite and kind emails and I cannot answer. And when I answer, the first sentence is always very sorry for the delay. And I don't want a family member for free or something like that. I want a guy I can pay with something, right? And so this would be then really, really cool. This leather thing, this leather side business could then create a nice budget for Caseback watches to finance the operations, so to speak, and to maintain the independence. Yeah, but because this is very important, right? I don't want to turn the channel in something in a shop for used vintage watches. I mean, your objectivity is out of the window then. You cannot speak freely about watches when you sell them. And I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't say that this is something bad. I mean, there are very honorable people out there selling vintage watches, but I don't feel comfortable with that. People ask me, by the way, about watch straps all the time. I don't like to make them myself, to be honest. It's not really fun, but maybe I can find a small manufacturer in Italy, for example, who can deliver really, really good quality at a good price and make edition for Caseback watches. This could be also a possibility, but selling watches on a watch channel, oh, I don't know. I've seen the consequences in print in 20 years ago, but they weren't good. They weren't good, to say the least, and I don't want that here on Caseback watches. So small batches of leather products, or here and there a little addition of nice straps. This could be a really good solution. But now I'm very curious about your opinion. What do you think about that idea? I mean, I'm talking here extremely open. There's no subtext here. I've presented you every plan, every speculation, every idea I have around this leather topic. And so if you can contribute something, if you can help me out with your thoughts and your ideas, then this would be really nice. If you don't hesitate, if you just put it here in the comments. And now let's carry on. As mentioned, I have a nice watch here on the wrist, Maen Skymaster. I have some nice watches in the mail, and so I think we have a very good program for the next weeks. And it would be great, of course, if you subscribe to the channel so that you get your updates. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.